This is important. This is going to be brief. This is going to be the daily briefing. There is more going on now than I can even process. I'm not getting any sleep. I'm in a world, different time zone. The bulk of the information, the best information available is international, and there's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about it. There is also the necessity to look to sources that are not necessarily well known, and that takes some doing. It's also important for you to recognize that in order to focus on this, you have to figure out what is it that you're trying to do. A lot of folks are still trying to re-prosecute Russia's claims, the history of NATO, NATO expansion, Donbass, denazification, all of these claims, all of these references, which for the most part are not critical, not relevant, not important now. I'm going to go through this very briefly because I've got to do a lot of videos on LionelMedia.com. In fact, I'm going to have to do much more because I'm not, for subscribers to keep you up to speed on this, along with newsletters. Please sign up for the newsletter. It's something that is so important. And by the way, let me just explain to you the focus of this, why this is important. You know, there were always, I always loved this idea of the spinning plate analogy. Eric Brandon. It's celebrated. I loved this stuff. The guy with spinning plates and the bowls and all that. And you had to keep everything going at once. And when something wobbled, he would attend to it. Well, in this analogy, sometimes there are some issues that are going to wobble and fall. Let them unfold. Today, I don't care about SEAL. I don't care about transgender. I don't care about Biden's befuddlement. I don't care about anything. I don't care about inflation and gas prices for the sake of gas. That's not gas prom. Yes, gas prices. No. January 6th. Relitigating the same left-right pablum. I have no interest in this. Just don't even, I don't even care about this. And you shouldn't either. I'm not one for hyperbole. I like to tamp things down if at all possible. That's my usual thing. My usual MO is just to say, you know what, not yet. Because everybody, especially on mainstream media for the most part, they tend to hyperextend the criticality of it. They do this through, you know, everything's amazing, everything's great, whatever. This is as serious as it gets with a chess game that I cannot even begin to understand. I'm seeing it, and it's chess and poker. Let me explain this again. If you're watching me at LionelMedia.com, I am telling you, the most important and critical thing for you to know is this. There are two games. Chess, where you see all the pieces out. I see what you've got, you see what I've got, and I see what's gone, and I can kind of see maybe your strategy in the middle. That's chess. Very important. Great for battleground, because I can see what's there, sort of. But poker is a better analogy. Poker is, I don't really know what you have. I know what's on the ground. I know what's on the table, rather. I know what's in the flop, but I don't know. And you're bluffing. And I may know your tell, and I may not. I don't know. I can't tell. That's what this is. It's like, I don't know. But it's also team poker. Let me give you a couple of things I'm talking about today. And you should follow my, this is very important, follow my Twitter feed, which is really, it's been very good. Because I spent so much. I was up at this morning, 2. That's when the interesting things, I can't say this enough. You're not going to see anything really of import on regular conventional cable news. By the way, that's my website. Subscribe to it. It's the best money you'll ever pay in your life. I promise you. I promise you. It's so critical right now. And the reason for it is this. Number one, let's talk about NATO. You probably heard of Article 5, Article 5, Article 5. Article 5 is a defensive. Article 5 is what you do to one, you do to us all. Right? All for one, one for all. You got it? That's Article 5. Article 4 has been invoked 6 times, and that's the way they get into the coup. That's the way they do it. Article 4 says NATO, even though you're not in NATO, even though you're not a member, even though Ukraine is not, if something affects and threatens our allies, it's different. How does that work? Very simple. Country A, who's not in NATO, calls country B, who is in NATO. Bring us help. Bring us medical supplies, materiel, guns, doesn't matter. Help us. Okay. So, country B, member of NATO, makes its way through. You have to go through Poland or whatever the particular route is. They are hit by some type of an explosion. Ostensibly by a Russian group. Have you heard about the Wagner mercenaries? These have been around for a long time. These are from Africa, supposedly utilized and enlisted to target Zelensky. Let me say supposedly, or supposedly, as many people say. You take everything cum grano salis with a grain of salt. And that's what I'm trying to explain. It's a movement. But Article 4 was the reference in the NATO statement. Now let me also give you something. Point number 2, part of the briefing. Listen carefully. This is what I discuss. When they say something of import, whether it's Taiwan, whether it's China, Russia, we'll get to that in a moment. But when they say something, oftentimes it sounds very pro forma. It doesn't sound very interesting. It doesn't sound like anything that you should be concerned about per se. It sounds like almost pursuant to our jurisdiction under Article 4 of NATO, we will implement and table, and you'll think, okay, that's how it happens. Everybody goes on and rattles sabers. You don't have entire generals. These very couched, very diplomatic, and the words mean more than you could have. That's what I'm looking for. That's the key part. That's what I'm trying to point out. That's what he's next. Enough to be said. The rules are changing. This is a new global order. Let's talk about something that's really interesting. Crypto is of virtual no use whatsoever. And for the first time, people are saying, crypto works when everything's going slow. So if I send an NFT, some artwork of a duck playing the piano, it doesn't help anything, does it? So this crypto weird kind of strange blockchain, it's not what you think it is. I'm not saying it's worthless, but now you're seeing limitation upon limitation upon limitation. Anyway, so that's one piece of this new global world order. So far, Article 4, that's how it happens. Next is 3. You're going to be claimed, you always hear, you're going to claim about atrocity. You're going to hear Russian soldiers raping Ukrainian soldiers. By the way, are there Ukrainian soldiers? Raping locally. Raping, pillaging, forget the pillaging, but the raping has always been an element of war since time. Goth, sacked, Rome, it has been a part of it. You will never hear of American atrocities in World War II. Into Germantown. They've talked about it, you won't hear it. Because up till now, their tender years have prevented this. So that's what you're going to do. Number 4, International Criminal Court. Does it have any jurisdiction? Not really. But that's not why you pay attention to it. You understand, you listen to what the subject matter is. Forget that particular methodology. You listen to the subject matter and saying, that's the way they're going to do it. They're going to go after